All right, cool. Hello. Can you hear me? Echo, 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 echo. Hello, 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 hello. I think you can hear me. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, you can hear me now, right? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can hear you. Cool. Evening. I just finished making a bunch of slides for the weekly tactics video. I'm kind of tired. I don't like filming my weekly tactics video when I'm tired because I feel like I've got low energy. So if I've got low energy just now in the stream, it's because I'm tired. So I figured what I need to do this week is I need to film that video. I'll do that as soon as the kids go to bed tomorrow night, like 8 o'clock rather than like 10 past 10 at night. So I've got, I don't know how many slides I've got, but I've got a bunch of slides made. All I need to do is make a list for Wednesday night to play Aldari. And I guess what I'm doing is starting from complete scratch. Look at this, I'm deleting everything. Maybe we'll leave the Calidus Assassin as the one thing that I'm keeping. Mephiston, Carter shouts. Okay, you've persuaded me. Let's do that, Mephiston. I was actually probably going to include Mephiston. So let's start there. Mephiston. Cool. Calidus Assassin and Mephiston. What else do you need? That's it. List's finished. Good evening, everybody. Lots of green names. You guys chilling on a Monday night. Hello. Who always built a list? Thanks so much for all the green names and support, guys. Turkey, good evening. Yeah, Turkey sent me this super cool list. Turkey, I was looking at it earlier. Let me bring up this website that Turkey sent me, right? So Turkey sent me this list, or this website. Oh, am I missing a bit of that? Hold on. Let me fix the phone so it's not cutting off the edge. That's weird. Alright, so Turkey sent me this website, and what you can do on this website is you can look at like the top 5 units per faction. So you can like untick this, and you can go in and you can go like Blood Angels. The top 5 units for Blood Angels are Death Company, the Jump Pack, Scouts, Lamartes, Jump Assault Intercessors, the Sanguinary, and Captain. I mean, none of those are super unobvious, right? But it is pretty interesting in that you can... So this website looks at tournament results where players only lost 1 game. So basically what you know, maximum 1 game. I guess it includes people that didn't lose any. But it's kind of interesting that it shows you... I'll probably do another video on this. And this guy's got his own Patreon and everything. He makes this thing called 40k Dirt Sheets. But there's lots of categories here. Enhancement usage, weekly units, historical unit, data sheet usage, and event placing. I don't fully know how to look at all of it. But I guess I've just started looking at it. I don't know if that's the greatest one. Which one was I on before? Top 5 by faction is interesting. So the top 5 units of winning players using Space Marines are Inceptors, Infiltrators, Eradicators, and Scouts. Marnius Calgar in there as well. But I did, maybe I clicked here. Data sheet usage by faction. Maybe this was the one I was in. When you untick everything, and then you can click like Sons of Sanguinius. No, maybe I have to click Space Marines. Maybe I have to click Blood Angels first. Blood Angels. There we go, Sons of Sanguinius there. Gladius is there. Okay, and you can see I guess people are still using Aggressors and Gladius, people are using Ball Predators, people are using Death Company with jump packs. I'm unsure why Sons of Sanguinius is not appearing there. I was going to say, this is why I didn't film my tactics video. I'm struggling to see right now. I'm going to just change glasses. But this is an interesting website. You can see that the people who are winning games, apparently Librarian Dreadnought's still getting picked. 51% of players. Or 57%. Interesting. People are using Redemptor Dreadnoughts. I was also going to use this data to like look at what people are not using. Like, you don't see any suppressors, you don't see any reavers. I think they don't even appear on the data sheet if they're not being used, right? Sanguinary, you know what? I'm not going to run the Sanguinary. I think he's too pointy. I don't have 3 Vindicator tanks, or I would consider running 3 Vindicator tanks. But I was wanting to look at the last time I ran a list that was winning, like a Redeemer, 2 Vindicator tanks, Centurions, Blade Guard with a Chaplain. That was the game I ran the Sanguinary. Look at him front and center. Infiltrators, Scouts, 10 Death Company with Lamartez. So that was a list that I ran. Oh, Khaled's Assassin hiding at the back over here. So this was the list I ran. I didn't actually like this list all this much, but let's go back. Let's put the phone back on the screen. And let's add some more things to this unit. If we're taking Mephiston, I guess we probably need 5 Assault Intercessors, right? Because you can't really go without them. So they are battle line. I guess we need 5 Assault Intercessors. And I guess the Sergeant probably has what? Plasma Pistol? Power Fist? I think that's best. What's it saying is wrong? Must select a Warlord. Okay, well, I think we're going to add Dante, honestly. Librarian Dreadnought is good for setting up Centurions or huge fire combos. Yes, he is brilliant for shooting units. I feel like he works better for shooting units. You can filter by detachment. Am I being blind? I'm going to look into that more. I'm not seeing the Sons of Sanguinius detachment. I don't know why it's not showing there. But maybe I'm just being blind. But this is interesting. This is interesting to get data. Because I guess if you've got data, you can make informed decisions. I think I also need to take infiltrators because everybody's deep striking. Everyone's doing 3-inch deep strikes, all that shenanigans. So I feel like I kind of am forced to just take a squad of infiltrators. Mephiston plus 10 Assault Intercessors at the same price as the Judas are with 6 Blade Guard. Yeah, the issue I have with taking 10 Assault Intercessors is they are only strength 4 if you get charged. And there's no way you can buff that, really, I guess. In terms of, like, there's no way you can give it more EP, there's no way you can give it +1 to wound or anything, so... Part of me was thinking about taking the Lieutenant with the combi weapon so we can get reroll wounds on an objective as well. That might not be the worst idea. I guess we'll see where we are at the end of the list and maybe lose Khaled's Assassin. Assault Intercessors without Sons of Sanguinius are just not good. Yeah, they benefit a lot from charging, so I think they probably need to be delivered somehow. So I think possibly there's going to be a Land Raider in this list because I don't really know how you get Mephiston and Assault Intercessors across the board. Land Raider isn't dedicated transport. No, it's not. It's battle line. No, it's not battle line at all. It is other data sheets. Yeah, everything is bundled in other data sheets. Let's go to Vindicator tanks though, because did I win this game against Miles's Guard? Yeah, I did actually win this game with 95 points. So why the hell did I change my list after winning with 95 points? I guess I didn't like the list for some reason. I think I had Blade Guard plus a Chaplain. The reason the Chaplain was with the Blade Guard in this list was so that I had another Chaplain on the board to benefit the Death Company Dreadnought. I actually think in practice you don't want to do that. I think the Death Company Dreadnoughts are missiles, essentially. And you shouldn't really worry about trying to give them OC because it just missiles, so it's just going to slam into the enemy. Right, so both Vindicators are going to have a Stormbolt or an 100 kilo missile. I think at 175 points, Vindicators are probably getting pretty good, right? I played them at 210. I thought they were decent. Eternal Crusader. Impulsor with a Shield Dome. Yeah, Impulsor with a Shield Dome. I tried the Impulsor a few weeks ago, and unfortunately I got screwed with it. So I don't... I mean, I tried it into Drukhari, and Drukhari have so much anti-vehicle. Back to the drawing board, yeah. We are in the drawing board. We've got Mephiston, 5 Assault Intercessors, Infiltrators, and 2 Vindicator tanks. I'm gonna take him, and I'm gonna make him a Warlord, because if he's the Warlord, he buffs the Sanguinary Guard. So, for the first time, I think, in 10th edition, might be the first time, or at least it's the first time this year, we're going to put Commander Dante into the list. And I guess we're going to put Sanguinary Guard into the list. I'm going to have to dust off those models, eh? Now, James assures me that he won 3 games in a row using 10 Sanguinary Guard. So there you go. That's something you've not seen in a while. And I guess we're not doing Bolters, are we? We're doing 8 Incarmite Blades, 10 Infernal Pistols, 2 Power Fists. I feel like we could... Oh, and I guess a banner, because why would we not take OC2 if we can have it, right? 430 points, though, for Dante and 10 Sanguinary Guard, man. It feels like if you fuck up and lose that unit, that's going to hurt so friggin' bad. Like, I was going to say, like, the Kabalite Warriors and the Venoms that I played, like, a few weeks back are going to give me nightmares against that unit, right? Use a Captain plus the Sanguinary Priest for the AP4. I don't know if I can feel the cap... Like... If you put a Captain and a Sanguinary Priest, that squad must be like 495 points. I already think it's horrific at 400. Actually, you can't add a Sanguinary Priest to Dante anyway. Sanguinary Guard anyway. Yeah, I was going to say, if I think what might be quite meta at the moment is 10 Assault Intercessors plus the Sanguinary Priest. Like, if you have 30 Assault Intercessors, then run 30 Assault Intercessors plus a Sanguinary Priest, right? Like, I think that would be pretty good. I was going to say, let's cut this Calidus Assassin for the moment. She might come back. I'm going to have to add a couple of squads of scouts, right? Like, I need some scoring units. You could add 5-man jump intercessors with... for 80 points now, I guess that's not too bad. But let's add the 2 squads of scouts for now and just come back. Who's leading the Assault Intercessors? Mephiston. It's a Mephiston and Dante list. It's a proper... I was going to say, it's a proper... like, Darkness in the Blood novel. Meticulous Chaos, thanks so much for the super chat. Do you see Death Company just being intercessors and assault intercessors with and without jump backs with an upgrade sprue when the codex drops? Maybe. They kind of mentioned that this week on the MetaWatch article, Meticulous Chaos. I don't know if you watched it, but they said that, like, they know that a lot of people use Death Company with, like, more expensive war gear, so that's why they increased the points cost for them, right? Like, they literally said that. But yeah, will Death Company lose a bunch of their special weapon options when the Codex drops? Maybe. I mean, Death Company intercessors aren't exactly a sort of unit you're going to get excited for, right? Even at 75 points, I don't think I'm entertaining Death Company intercessors in any way, shape, or form. Maybe that's harsh. Let me look at Death Company intercessors. Good evening, Rez. How you doing? Yeah, I just finished getting all my slides ready. Excuse me, for this week's tactics video, Rezil, and I'm too tired. Like, if I film the video right now, it'll just be like me talking very monotone and quietly. So I just thought I'd build this list. I need to make a list for Wednesday night anyway. So I'm live. I'm tired, so don't expect too much entertainment, but I'm here. Death Company intercessors. You worthless pieces of garbage. Let's see. So they don't have any OC. Great. They can reroll hits if they can't fall back. They can fire Overwatch, or they can heroic intervene for 0 CP. I mean, I guess that's what you're going to want to do with them, is probably heroic intervene, because firing Overwatch from a bunch of bolt rifles isn't going to do that much. So you're going to want to position them where they can heroic intervene. You're probably going to arm them all with chain swords. They can do that, right? All models in this unit can replace their bolt rifle with a heavy bolt pistol and a chain sword. And then 5 guys get 25 -1 damage attacks. So they get the same amount of attacks as assault intercessors. And there's the same points now as assault intercessors. So why would you take Death Company over assault intercessors? I guess for their 6-up feel no pain, they're free heroic, but their lack of OC. I don't know. I think I feel like if I'm at the end of an army list and I've got 75 points left, I'd probably put in regular assault intercessors over Death Company intercessors. Does anyone go the other way? Does anyone think that they would rather have Death Company intercessors over 5 assault intercessors? Include a Storm Raven or a drop pod? No, I'm not going to include a Storm Raven or a drop pod. I don't have a drop pod made. I've got one still on its sprue. A Storm Raven is 260 points now for a Storm Raven. I'd rather take the Redeemer, I guess. So Dante plus 10 Sanguinary Guard. Mephiston plus 5 Assault Intercessors. Double Vindicator tank. So if I add 10 Death Company or I add Lamartes, that will put me up to like 1,600 points. I genuinely much prefer last edition, how you could play like squads in like 7-man. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that's hurt Blood Angels. I guess I'm asking if the current kits are going away and the Assault variants will be all that's left. I think if they replace the current kits, Meticulous Chaos, they will put out Primaris kits. I just don't think the Primaris kits will have as many weapon options, because that's kind of the standard. I mean, look at Sanguinary Guard, right? Like, it's been a while since I bought a kit of Sanguinary Guard. 1 second. Games Workshop Sanguinary Guard, right? Games Workshop Sanguinary Guard. Let's look at the sprue of these guys, because it's been a while since I've looked at it. On the sprue, there's 1 Power Fist on this one. And then on the other one... Oh, really? There's only 1 Power Fist in the kit? Okay, maybe. Maybe there's only 1 Power Fist. I really thought there was more than... I've got a lot of these Power Fists. I guess I've bought a lot of Sanguinary Guard over the years. Huh. So you get one power fist, you get one sword. On the other one, you get a second sword, a third sword, 2 axes, but yeah, only one power fist. Huh. I would have thought it was more. I have a lot of my Sanguinary Guard built with power fists. I really didn't think you only got one on the sprue. But yeah, I mean, like, look at Sanguinary Guard. You only get the weapon options that are on the sprue these days. So, I mean, maybe just go look at Death Company, right? They still sell them. Like, how many power fists are in the Death Company box? I know there's only one Thunderhammer in the Death Company box, but I honestly don't remember how many power fists is in it. There's none on that sprue. Yeah, the one Thunderhammer. There's no power... Oh, there's one. I honestly think I could see a day in the future... And there's one power sword as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think if they were doing this as a Primaris kit, I imagine that we're going to lose weapon options. I think it's probably going to happen. Variable unit sizes not being live is stupid. Yeah, because I would like to run Sanguinary Guard in 7. I think 5 are too little. I think 10 is too much. I think that's one of the things that hurts Blood Angels a lot, honestly. And I don't think we've been at 50% win rate yet. Like this, we haven't been at 50% win rate yet this edition, right? It's probably something to do with that. Like, typically you don't need 10 Death Company in a squad either, right? Like, did anyone... I'm trying to think back to my 9th edition lists. I don't know if I have any of them kicking around, but I feel like... I really feel like I didn't run Death Company in 10s. What size of Death Companies did we run last edition? I have a folder called 9th edition competitive lists. Hold on then. Let me see. Is any of these lists mine? Or are they all just people that I looked at? 2021. No, that's just games I've played against. I think this was a list that I took a super heavy tank to this tournament. Didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so this is a tournament I went to in 9th edition where I finished 3rd. Okay, cool. We did Death Companies in 5s, all with Thunderhammers. That was it. Yeah, I remember this now. Or 4 hammers was the way to do it to keep the points costs sane, wasn't it? So this was a list that I ran where it was like 7 Sanguinary Guard, 6 Sanguinary Guard, 5 Terminators, 5 Vanguard Vets, 5 Death Company, 5 Assault Intercessors, 2 times 5 Incursors, Mephiston, a Captain on a Bike, a Land Speeder, 3 Eradicators, and a Whirlwind. So like all melee shit, basically. Because Incursors are melee, I guess. And you needed 3 troop choices last editions. That's why it's like Incursors, Assault, Intercessors. A lot of people did that as last edition. I'd kind of forgotten all that. Yeah, I'd forgotten so much of that, actually. I actually ran the what were my characters? The Bike Captain, Mephiston, the Sanguinary Ancient. Yeah, do you know what? I liked playing lists like that more, I think, than what we're having to do in 10th edition, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 combat squads kind of deal. Very, very little shooting in this list, right? Like a Whirlwind was really there just to prevent Overwatch, and then 3 Eradicators and 1 Land Speeder. Yeah, I preferred that, man. Damage 3 hammers, yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? Okay, sorry, let me get back to this list. I've got half an hour to build this list. Double Vindicator, double Scouts, 10 Sanguinary Guard, 5 infiltrators, 5 assault intercessors. I feel like if I'm doing this, if I'm going to do Mephiston plus assault intercessors, I feel like I've got to give them a transport. I've been running the Redeemer a lot. I kind of like the Redeemer. If I ran a Redeemer, that would be 260 points. That straight away puts me up to like 1400. And then add maybe the Blade Guard, that would put me at 1800. So I think at that point I probably couldn't run any Death Company. Are you guys keeping Death Company with the new points? And are you keeping 5, or are you keeping 10, or are you keeping Lamartus plus 10? What are people thinking? I do think jump assault intercessors are kind of meta. So maybe I need to take 10 jump assault intercessors with a priest. Mullins says Lamartus plus 10, the rest are not worth it anymore. Well, Lamartus is... I always thought the 5-man with the chaplain was pretty decent. Easier to hide the 5-man as well, right? SDC are 140 points. What's 5 Death Company 140 points? Yeah, 10 Death Company Jump Assault Intercessors 160. Yeah, you're right, probably. So, like, Jump Assault Intercessors. I've been working on a weekly tactics video before I went live here, right? And when I was looking at that just before I went live. And I was honestly thinking to myself, why are Jump Assault Intercessors so cheap beyond Games Workshop trying to sell them? I feel like I was being very negative about this data slate again. Like, I don't see why these guys went down in points beyond the fact that maybe they want to sell a bunch of Jump Assault Intercessors. I do think it might be worth just running 30 of them. Jump Assault Intercessors have 225 points for 14 wounds of toughness 4 is really expensive. Yeah, it feels expensive, doesn't it? 160. Do you feel like the Jump Assault Intercessors need a priest attached to them, or are you just happy to run 10 of them for 160 and just go with it? So 10 Sanguinary Guard, 20 Jump Assault Intercessors, 5 Foot Slogging Assault Intercessors, Mephisto and Dante, Double Vindicator I like. I can't decide if I'm going to put the Redeemer in there. I mean, I do think it's expensive. If I added a Redeemer, I'd have like 235 points. I think that's 5 points too little to have the Blade Guard and the Judiciar. Because I think the Judiciar is 70? Yeah, so he's 250. That's annoying. Crozier runs 10 plus the captain. What does the captain give them? +1 strength, so they're strength 7. And then he gives them the free red rampage. Do you know what? I haven't tried them at strength 7, I guess. Strength 6 plus lance is better than strength 7 AP2. I was considering double Death Company Dreadnought as well, just as missiles. Why Mephiston? Because he's Mephiston. Statistically, I guess Mephiston with 5 assault intercessors is actually pretty good. Can the Death Company take a priest? No, unfortunately not. I just want to run both. I want to run Dante and Mephiston because why not? I want to see what they can do. The Sanguinary Guard are down like 12% or something, and Mephiston's down a bit. I haven't run Mephiston since the Sons of Sanguinius Detachment, I guess. Is Mephiston better for a foot captain for assault intercessors? Probably only if you get some of his special rules. But that was something else I wanted to do, right? Hold on. This list's going to be batshit crazy, honestly. I wanted to... The one thing that everybody forgets about Mephiston, right? And apparently Thousand Suns are going to be like the next big shit. Thousand Suns are going to be the next big dog in the meta. Just wait for DTM to come in and tell us that Thousand Suns are totally balanced. But trust me, they're going to be hot shit. Paulus model is leading unit. Models have a 4-up. Feel no pain against psychic attacks. That's pretty decent, right? So Mephiston will give a 4-up. Feel no pain against psychic. That's what I was going to do. We're going to go double librarian. I want to test out Terminators now that they're 175 points. So we're going to give... Do you get any war gear? Combi weapon, I guess. Gonna probably lose the Blade Guard. And have a regular Terminator squad. Attaching Librarian. Also gives a 4-up against psychic attacks. Sustained hits in the Librarian as well, for whatever that's worth. I mean, I guess you get 20 Power Fists, so Sustained Hits 1 isn't the worst thing you could have with 20 Power Fists. You would get Sustained Hit for your Cyclone Missile Launcher as well, right? For every 5 models in this unit, 1 Terminator Stormbolter can be replaced with a Cyclone Missile Launcher and a Stormbolter, so you have to minus one of these Stormbolters. That's the one thing I don't like about this app, is it's just like, you must select one character to be a Warlord, sure, okay. It's Dante, because he buffs the Sanguinary Guard. You must select War Gear for, what did that say? For Terminator model in Terminator Squad. Well, the Sergeant's got a Stormbolter and Power Fist. Everybody else has a Stormbolter and Power Fist except the one guy with a Cyclone Missile Launcher, right? Or do you have to add the Stormbolter there? Weird. And it's invalid war gear for the Jump Intercessors, so we'll come back to them. So maybe I've got to take 10 Jump Intercessors. The Sergeant can have Power Fist, a Plasma Pistol, and then in the squad we can have, like, I believe it's 2 Plasma Pistols. So we have 7 Bolt Pistols, we have 9 Chain Swords, we have 2 Plasma Pistols. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. The phone app seems so bad compared to the new recruit. Is the phone app bad? 2 Death Company Dreads with a Chaplain on a bike. I like the idea. I guess no one runs a chaplain on a bike. Pity he didn't have lone op. I guess if he had lone operative, that would be pretty cool. I play the Terminators with Librarian this weekend in a tournament with Oath, Sustained, 4 attacks on 2+ with Sustained is amazing. I don't know if I feel like it's amazing, but I think it's good, right? I mean, that's what I was looking at. Like, I think it's good. And this Librarian Sustained, it's for shooting as well, right? I don't think I've ever used this Librarian. Oh, this model's leading unit weapons equipped in this model have sustained 1. So I guess the Stormbolters get sustained 1, the Cyclone Missile Launcher gets sustained 1. I mean, it's not great, but it's not nothing either. So double Vindicator. 5 Terminators with Librarian probably coming down from Deep Strike. 2 squads of Scouts. 10 Sanguinary Guard. A Land Raider Redeemer. The Land Raider Redeemer might need to go now, actually. Might not need it. Infiltrators. 10 Jump Troops. Mephiston and 5 Assault Intercessors in the Land Raider Redeemer. There could be an argument for just giving Mephiston the 10-man Assault Intercessor in the Land Raider. Benno says he totally forgot Psychic as the thing this edition. The Librarian Dreadnoughts were going to be really good against Psychic as well if Thousand Suns become like a really dominating faction, because apparently their rules are going to be pretty sick from what I'm hearing. But the Librarian Dreadnought gives the aura of Feel No Pain against Psychic or Mortals or both. Mortals and Psychic. He gives a 6-inch aura. And it doesn't care if it's a vehicle or a tank or anything. It's just aura of Mortals and Psychic protection. Just the Librarian Dreadnought's an interesting one because he doesn't have an invulnerable save and he can be targeted from long range, and he's 170 points, which is not ideal, I guess. Am I disagreeing with you that Blood Angels are decent? Did you ask me that, Reziel? Did I miss that? Two Death Company Dreadnoughts with 2 Chaplains chilling with some other units seems to make sense. Yeah, the thing about Death Company Dreadnoughts is all going to come down to it's all going to come down to whether or not you can use your words, John. Whether or not you can get a good like reserve placement. I think that's what I'm looking for. Like if there's space on the map to bring in the Librarian Dreadnoughts, great. Sorry, the Death Company Dreadnoughts. If you can't, then you might have problems. Alright, if we put in an Impulsor, so Mephiston and the Assault Intercessors can ride in the Impulsor. Cool. It does save a boatload of points. Could have also put Mephiston... Oh, do you know what we could do, actually? This might be a better option. What's the capacity of a Redeemer? Not a Redeemer, a Repulsor. Maybe it's only 12, is it? Repulsor. Transport. 12, that's annoying. If it had been 14, I would have put it in. Yeah, I'll add the shield dome to the Impulsor, sure. Oh, killer. UK Cubing said he just paid a Land Raider and a Redeemer. Is it a good decision, or do these still slap? I think in some games they take over the game, right? Like I played Death Guard a few weeks ago and he couldn't kill either of my Land Raiders, and it literally won the game that he like plowed a ton of attacks into the Land Raider. However, some armies, if they've got like big AP, I guess enough AP to deal with what am I trying to say? Like if they have AP 5, for example, or AP 4, like something, they have enough AP to make your saves on the Land Raider obnoxiously hard, then Land Raider has problems, right? Drukhari are a good example. They got all that haywire nonsense, minus 4 AP from the Dark Lances. I've played a lot of Drukhari recently. It's very difficult. How do I feel about incursors? I mean, I think in Gladius, incursors are brilliant. I'm just not entirely sure if I need incursors in Sons of Sanguinius. You know, I thought about adding a Brutalis Dreadnought as well. Do you know what? I want to try the Brutalis Dreadnought, so let's just put a Brutalis Dreadnought in here. B-R-U-T. Let's give it a whirl. What war? I have no idea what war gear it even gets. Brutalis Dreadnought. It gets... Oh, we'll lose a twin heavy bolter because they'll never kill anything. We'll probably use the bolt rifles as well, and we'll replace twin heavy bolter with multi-meltas, and we'll replace the bolt rifle and fists with the talons. The talons is what gives it the sweep attacks. The sweep attacks is 10 attacks, so I guess that would be 11 attacks in Sons of Sanguinius. It'd be strength 9 minus 2. 11 attacks, strength 9 minus 2 actually doesn't sound too bad from a dreadnought. Bearing in mind this thing does a bunch of mortal wounds when it charges. Each time this enemy ends a charge move, select one enemy within engagement range, roll a d6. So statistically, I guess on an average roll of like a 3, you're doing d3 mortals. On a 4 up, you're doing 3. On a 6, you're doing up to 6. You could tank shock as well with this guy. So this guy can do up to 12 mortal wounds when he charges. 160 points now. Yeah, let's try him. Like, let's give him a whirl. I'm not sure if he's the most competitive thing in the world, but he does have OC. That's why I like him more than the Death Company Dreadnought, right? OC 4. 12 mortal wounds on the charge, potentially. Land Raiders can be deceptively fragile for their points against certain armies, right? Like Death Guard only really have ranged las cannon. Like if your opponent's best AP on their ranged weapons is like -3, then your Land Raiders are golden, right? Because the second they shoot at them, the armor of contempt them, so they're -2, and you've got cover or you've got smoke screens, so they're only -1. So all of a sudden you're saving las cannons on 3-ups, and maybe you're -1 to hit because you smoke screened it. Yeah, like when I played Death Guard, my Land Raiders I felt like were awesome. But when I played Grey Knights, and I played Drukhari, which has got so much haywire, by the way, I really struggled. The Talos are actually disgusting. I really hate fighting against Talos. Fire strikes are outstanding. Ironstorm, are they really, man? I've never seen. I bought a Fire Strike turret the day it came out. I've never seen it on the table. Dark Elder will eat up armor without invuns, so will Tau. Yeah, Dark Elder will also eat up infantry. I went back, Reziel, and looked at 10 Death Company plus Lamartez, right? Andrew had 3 Venoms. Venom is like an 80-point transport, and 15 Kabalite Warriors, right? Which are like 165 points. So 3 Venoms is like 180. 15 Kabalite Warriors is 165. So that's like 330 points of Drukhari shooting. 330 points. That's it. That's all he had. And I had that 10-man Death Company with Lamartez -1 damage and in cover, and he killed 9 of them in 1 round of shooting. I'm like, oh my god. Drukhari having half the army having half anti-infantry 3-up or 2-up. The other half of the army has anti-vehicle 4-up dev wounds. Jesus, it was rough. How do you feel about Val Predators? Do they have a valid place in your list? I don't mind Val Predators. I think you probably want to put the flame turret on top, heavy bolters on the sponsons. I just think, personally, I think I prefer the Predator Destructor. I guess, because Blood Angels don't really have problems killing infantry, right? Especially if you're running, like, Jump Intercessors, Sanguinary Guard, Assault Intercessors. Like, we have a lot of things that kill infantry. Ball Predator kills a lot of infantry. I guess the Overwatch can shut down some armies. My buddy who plays Drukhari likes to tell me he can bring 38 Dark Lances. Yeah, I mean, I struggled against Drukhari a few weeks back. I have beat them, but I also struggle against them. So this list has no Death Company at the moment now. And it has no Calidus Assassin either. I've got 165 points left. Let me read you what we've got. So we've got Mephiston plus 5 Assault Intercessors in an Impulsor. We've got Dante plus 10 Sanguinary Guard in Teleport Strike, or whatever that's called now. Death from Above, is it? It's just called Deep Strike now. Okay. Yeah. I guess they unified that, right? So Dante plus 10 Sanguinary Guard in Deep Strike. Potentially we're going to have a Librarian in Terminator Armor plus 5 Terminators in Deep Strike. 2 squads of Scouts. Squad of Infiltrators. Brutalis, Dreadnought, and Strategic Reserve. 10 Assault Intercessors with jump packs probably starting on the board. 2 Vindicator tanks probably starting on the board. So I feel like I'm light on water. I need to have something else durable starting on the board. A 3-man unit of Blade Guard could work. I do like Blade Guard in small squads. Does no one rate Annihilators? Predator Annihilators. Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Predator Annihilator over the Destructor is I prefer the 6 shots at AP 2-3 damage at strength 9 into infantry. I feel like your opponent's usually got some elite infantry. I feel like that autocannon always does some work. And even into vehicles, occasionally they feel a save or two against the autocannon. So I prefer the autocannon over the extra twin-link glass cannon, but I mean, I don't think Predator Annihilators are necessarily a bad unit. We could take a Gladiator Lancer. Nick says, I hope they fix Dante for the Codex. I think everybody hopes they fix Dante. You need some better rules. Do you know what? I've been saying for a while we were going to try the squad of Outriders. This list has got some just... I'm testing everything. We're going to just put in a squad of Outriders potentially as a scoring unit as much as a threat, I guess. I'll probably just all die straight away. I was going to say, do I have enough points to fit in like a Tech Marine plus something else? No, because the Tech Marine's 55 points. If we took the Tech Marine, we'd only have 110 left. I don't think there's any tanks that only cost 110, is there? I do feel like I want some more board presence, though. I just don't know what it is. It's probably not Outriders, to be brutally honest. I can't believe they left the Thunderstrike at 160 points. I'm gonna try and find time to make a video. I don't see why you wouldn't consider 5 Jump Assault Intercessors or Scouts. I've got 2 squads of Scouts in already, dude. I've got 10 Jump Assault Intercessors in already. I mean, I only got 5 Jump Assault Intercessors, so I'll be proxying 5 of my old Assault Marines as Jump Intercessors, I guess. Could be tempted to run some Van Vets. Fast moving, Storm Shields. It would leave me 60 points. There's not much you can put in with 60 points these days, though, is there? What about Tactical Squad for 140 points? That'd be a good pick, right? Not. Even a drop pod costs more than 60 points. Yeah, there's nothing you can get for 60 points, I feel like. I mean, maybe you could take some henchmen or something like that. Oh, an ancient. You could take an ancient for 60 points. Oh, well, a Tet Marine as well, yeah. I don't know anyone that's ever fielded that Blade Guard Ancient, huh? Do you know what? A 75 point chaplain on a bike actually doesn't sound like a horrific idea if you just do want to take 2 Death Company Dreadnoughts. White Rock's asking if we see much air power. They got more play in previous editions. I don't think any of the air units that we can take are particularly strong at the moment. The Tech Marine for a Vindicator is pretty amazing. I guess, I mean, the Vindicators are always going to take damage, right? Like, your opponent's always going to have to deal with those Vindicators. If the Tech Marine keeps the Vindicator alive for one more turn. How does the... Let me think about this. The Vindicator would be -1 to hit if the enemy's within engagement range. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't even take the... So if the enemy's in engagement range, it still just hit. It doesn't take -1 to hit. It still hits on 3s. So if they profiled it down, the Tech Marine could basically bring it back to 3s. I mean, that's not... What would you put the bike chaplain with, though, Rezio? Outriders? I mean, you can't really go with anything else, right? I love the Vindicator Laser Destroyer for the record, too, man. Yeah, that was a great unit. I'm struggling. Maybe what Jeff said. 5 more assault intercessors with jump backs. So add the Tech Marine and add 5 more assault intercessors. I mean, I don't have that many points in characters, right? Like 295. Or I could go double Outriders. Have I given up on the Khalid Assassin? I don't think I have. I just don't know if I can fit it in this list. This list is testing a few things, right? I'm testing Terminators. I'm testing Sanguinary Guard. I'm testing Brutalis Dreadnought. I mean, I'm testing Mephiston as well, actually. So this list is just a whole heap of testing. Maybe we should... What units have I not tested this edition? I 100% haven't tested Outriders. People told me that they're underwhelming, though. You know, they might be good into Drukhari, though, because Drukhari are all about anti-infantry, anti-vehicle, and these are neither. These are mounted. So this would actually be a unit that the Drukhari bullshit just doesn't slice right through, right? Are you testing too much? Yeah, but I probably want to just test everything. Because we've got the GT basically 2 months from now. So I probably want to test everything this week. So that, like, next week I can cut half of it and sort of hone down on the things that I think are good. The problem is, units will always die straight away in every game, right? So like I'm saying I'm testing the Brutalis Dreadnought. I might get shot off the table in turn 1 and I can't test it. So possibly I need to, like, even if I'm just testing everything here, I need to possibly play 2 weeks in a row, right? The chaplain on a bike can do mortals with outriders, can he? That shows how much attention I've paid to him, honestly. While this model is leading a YAD 1 to the wound roll, each time this model is selected to shoot, you can select one enemy within 12. Until the end of the phase, you get dev wounds and targeting that unit. Ranged weapons. So each bite gets... You get 8 shots with twin link dev wounds. It's not that exciting, is it? I think I was gonna run it. I would rather run 2... Yeah, GTM says 1 game is not enough to test anything. Yeah, so I think I should put 2 units of Outriders in. Because then at least if one of them just gets shot right off the table, which will probably happen, the other unit might survive for a turn and we actually see what it can do. And that gives me some toughness 5 bodies, I guess. You don't get any war gear options with Outriders. How sad. Why can the sergeant not take a freaking power fist or something is beyond me. Then this is a testing list. This will test everything. This will test Mephiston, this will test Dante, this will test the Sustained Hits Terminators, we'll test the Brutalis Dreadnought, it'll test the Outriders. So this will test everything. It doesn't look too horrible. The Death Company, the Brutalis will probably most certainly be Rapid Ingress. The Sanguinary Guard or Terminators may also be Rapid Ingress. There'll definitely be some Rapid Ingressing going on, that's for sure. No Sanguinar. I mean, I've tested him before. I don't think he fits my playstyle, Miguel. Or I just really roll shit with him and he just does nothing. Because that's what he did when I played him. I literally rolled like I literally rolled. He didn't do a single wound to the Ogren he heroically intervened in, and then he moved over and got killed in Overwatch. So he's, I don't know, for 140 points, he's not my favorite. But other people have used him to great effect. I just don't know if he maybe doesn't suit my playstyle. Hello Jim, how you doing? Yeah, I was gonna film my weekly tactics video, but I was just too tired. So I made my slides. I'll start filming it tomorrow night. Outriders are one of the cheapest point per wound bullet sponges. They are 80 points for 12 wounds at T5. I just don't suppose there's any strat you can use on them that makes it... Oh, you could armor contempt them, I guess. Oh, yeah. I am too tired. Alright, so this is what I'm going to play on Wednesday night. I've just had my Outriders a very long time. I'm panicking actually now to think that I even have 6 of them made. I'm sure I made all of them. I might not have 6 made. Balls. Alright, 90%. I'm going to check. Give the man more likes on the video. Please, 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 please. 83 people watching, 18 likes. We can definitely do better than that. You don't have enough long-range firepower? Don't have any long-range firepower. I've got 2 Vindicator tanks. I would say that they do not have long-range firepower. I mean, Sons of Sanguinius with double Lancer is a thing as well that we've seen a bunch of people use. But I'm mainly, like, I want to try the 10 Sanguinary Guard with Dante. I don't have high hopes for that unit, honestly. I want to try the 5 Terminators with Librarian. I have higher hopes for that unit. I want to try the Brutalis Dreadnought. Because I've been building it, and if it feels like a piece of ass, then I probably won't finish building it, because all my building and stuff is for competitive stuff. So, that's it. What's better than 6-inch Infernal Pistols? Oh, Vindicator tanks, yeah, I mean, they are better than 6-inch. Play Stormlance, it's got the highest win rate. No, it has no. Well, it's because one person played it and no one knew how to play against it if it's got the highest win rate. Stormlance is definitely not the best, in my opinion. Yeah, I wonder if one of the reasons that Double Vindicator worked really well before for me, though, was because I had the Redeemer, so everybody's shooting at the Redeemer in turn 1. And sometimes that's the thing about a Redeemer, right? Like, a Redeemer is going to eat up a lot of firepower in turn 1, and that's one of the reasons I actually kind of like a Repulsor. Because if you have a Repulsor, let's say, full of Centurions or full of Blade Guard, that's something that, like, happens as well, right? Like, God, my Stream Deck just does not work so well since I reinstalled my computer. Like, I'm pressing the button and nothing is happening. Why? There we go. Yeah, like, the Repulsor or the Redeemer eat up all the firepower, which buys the Vindicators time to get in position. The Vindicators are easier to hide. Double Vindicator. Yeah, I mean, I ran Double Vindicator to the last GT I went to, and I do like it. It was very good when I played against Chaos Knights, because Chaos Knights are a bit of a friggin' nightmare for Space Marines to deal with all their toughness and invulnerable saves, and the Vindicator Strength 14. I mean, the Strength 14 is pretty nice in general. So yeah, come past on Wednesday night, we'll have a battle report running some random nonsense. I guess I'm going to go find out if I do have 6 Outriders. If I don't have 6 Outriders, maybe we will do what Jeff said and just put 5 more Jump Assault Intercessors into play. I don't think there's anything I could take that's better, unless I took the Combi Weapon Lieutenant. But I think I'm struggling with board presence in this list, because I think the Sanguinary Guard are probably going to have to stay off the table. The Terminators probably have to stay off the table because they're too damn slow. And the Brutalis Dreadnought probably has to stay off the table as well, because how else is it getting in range? Would I consider triple Vindicator? Yeah, if I had 3 of them, I'd probably run all 3, man. The problem with buying Vindicator tanks right now, though, dude, is they are phasing out a lot of Firstborn stuff. So you could buy some Vindicator tanks just to see it phased out in the near future. I actually wish that they would tell us what the future is, as opposed to just phasing stuff out with 0 notice or like 3 months notice, because that's the... People ask all the time, they're like, John, should I buy Death Company Firstborn? I'm like, I've got no friggin' idea. I don't want to tell you, yes, buy them for them to get phased out. People ask me all the time, should I buy Sanguinary Guard? I don't know. I wish that the phasing out has become relentless. The new Orc stuff just got every single thing that was Legends and the Orc Codex got phased out. Everything bar like 1 model. So, you know, like, it's hard to justify buying old models now when you don't know if they're getting phased out or not. Buy a Horus Heresy one, because then if it phases out, you can still play Horus Heresy. Yeah, there's your option, I guess. Skull Soldier says, yeah, it would be nice, especially for those starting out. It would be nice for everybody, man. And I don't think it... I suppose it would impact their sales. If they've got a lot of stock of a tank that they want to phase out, I guess it would impact sales, maybe if they told everybody it's getting phased out. But yeah, I think it's a rubbish experience for us as the players to buy a unit to have it phased out. In fact, I was hit with it, right? Like I did like a $600 commission right before 10th edition came out, and of those £600 that I spent, 500 of them got legends. So Terminators won't get phased out, they just got a new kit. Sure, but Terminators are not... I don't know how meta Terminators are for Blood Angels, right? They're pretty slow. Blood Angels don't have the best Terminators. Hard to say. Alright, I better go. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. It was nice to see you. Come and watch me run some wacky list on Wednesday night. We'll be live at 7:30. I'm playing Eldari, so I'll maybe see you guys there. And then I should have a pretty fun tactics video for Friday as well. So enjoy your evening, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Click like before you leave the stream, or subscribe if you've not done that yet. Trying to get up to 15,000 subscribers, and I'm close. So please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Peace.